1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very special episode of the Mudblood podcast. Why is it special, Paddy?
Because we're out.
Because it's episode 69, which is the best number. We wanted to do this in a sex shop, but
didn't happen.
Couldn't find anywhere that would take it, ironically. Which is a shame.
We're doing it in the shop while he is monitoring that.
Yeah, you fidget with nuts on the table. See if there was a bunch of vibrators around you, we'd never get you near the fucking mic.
In your ear.
Yeah.
Why? I don't like.
You'd be swinging needle beans like fucking nunchucks.
Have you ever used a vibrator?
Yeah. Have you never used a vibrator? No. Missing out, Mokar. Missing out.
On yourself or on other people? Both.
No comment. I played the fifth.
You have.
Just to brush my teeth.
You've stuck a vibrator up your hole.
No, up a dick. This, ladies and gentlemen, we are brought to you, as always, by Manscaped. The best in shaving your balls. We've said it before. We'll say it again. We've been here a million times.
Your hairy balls?
Not anymore, thanks to Manscaped.
Because they're shaped.
Because we shave them. We trim them. And we do wee moisturisers on them. I look after my balls.
Ball toners.
I look better. I look after my burr holes.
Your burr holes?
My hair ball. My ball hairs. Better than I look after my head hairs.
Halbers.
I look after my ball hairs better than I look after my head hairs.
Have you dyed them red, white and blue?
No.
Because you don't have any.
Exactly. I can't. If I would, I would out of a mark of respect.
Yeah.
But if you go on to Manscaped, we will get you money off with the code Mudblood. 20% off with the code Mudblood.
Don't do Mudblood 20.
Yeah, because we've been giving out the wrong code, it turns out, for quite a while.
Mudblood. Yeah. Just Mudblood. And they know who we are. They're like, we're at close now, it's just Mudblood.
Tell them Paddy and Willy sent you. They'll send you around the back, give you a nice wee ball shaver. That's manscaped.com/Mudblood. And also, we're sponsored by NordVPN. Again, we've said it before, but yes, I am doing it again, because that's how ads work. NordVPN is an easy-to-use, connect with a single-click private server service. So it keeps you private and secure online. It hides your IP address and routes you away from internet traffic, making you harder to track online, makes it harder for third parties to steal your data, means advertisers can't target you, means you can go on the geo-lock services, so that means you can go on the Netflix across the world. They have over 5,400 servers. Obviously, ones that are closer to you will work better, but they have them across the world. It's a secure network that lets you access streaming sites that are not available in the UK. It is the fastest VPN service available and works on every major platform, Windows, Android, iOS, and it even works on Android TV. So go on to www.nordvpn.com/Mudblood for discount on your NordVPN account. That's www.nordvpn.com/Mudblood to gain access to the NordVPN private server. That one is a mouthful. It takes it out of me. How are you?
You should just do a recording of it and clip it in.
Yeah, because it is just the same. But then people get annoyed when we do them the same way every time. When we do adverts the same way, they're like, it's getting a bit boring, that there.
Is it?
Aye.
It's politics, so it is.
I love when people crack up. It's like, why are you doing adverts? I'm like, are you going to pay me the fucking money, sir?
Yeah.
I don't think so. And if you are, okay, no worries.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Also, check out the Mudblood Patreon. You can get episodes for as cheap as £1. It's an extra episode a week. We're on about 850 Patreon, so we're close to 1,000. Get us to 1,000. Tell your friends, tell your family.
Tell your man, tell your granny.
If you don't like the show, tell your enemies. Tell the people who you hate. Tell them Mudblood Patreon. Also, our tour shows are on sale. Yours starts the 30th of
September in Newcastle and leading right up until the last show. Well, I said the last show on the waterfront, the 9th of December. There's not many tickets left for that either. The first one, November, sold out. But I'm actually announcing more dates for the UK after Christmas.
Good man, good man. My tour shows don't start till November, but they're starting to sell now, so get them while you can. And it ends in the Limelight one on December the 3rd, which is half gone. So get there before it sells out.
And then the Mudblood Live.
The Mudblood Live.
So if you like this shit here,
yes, if you enjoy this shit where Paddy just plays with toys that are on the desk, come see it live.
Live in the Ulster Hall on the 5th of November, and tickets are flying out.
Should the live show just be me reading out NordVPN ads for an
I
hour?
just released that outside. NordVPN. You'll get you one of them sandwich boards like one of the wee men.
Right.
The Lord Jesus Christ is coming to take you away.
Use NordVPN
You
to access heaven.
And shave your bollocks when you do it.
You can't get into heaven with Harry Alex. But yes, so that's all our plugs for this week. Go buy our tour shows, come see Mudblood live, and enjoy the show. How the fuck are you, Patrick?
All
this
good,
week?
all good, all better for seeing you, sir.
I know. Well, we saw each other. We had a great time last night at Lavery's Comedy Club.
Thank God you said that, because people will be like, what will they fuck right into you?
Said after.
Lavery's was fucking smoking last night.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I heard the Wednesday one was good. And sometimes when it's 2 nights back to back, you'll get one where it's like, one's okay,
Yeah.
and the other's fantastic. So I was shitting myself, being like, oh, have we got the, the bad
Genuinely
luck.
hadn't planned anything. Like,
No.
I literally had that busy a day. It was one of them months. It was just busy. Turn up at the club, and I was like, can I even do comedy?
Yeah,
Do you know one of them moments where you're going, I haven't fucking done a gig in a couple of weeks here, and I was going,
yeah. I was the same. I hadn't gigged in about a week, which is still not long. But see, when you do it full time, a week's a long time.
yeah,
to
it
not do
is. And I was like, can I even do this? And then I was like, what am I even doing? And I was like, I don't even know. And then you were all doing really well, and I was going,
Yeah.
But once I went up, it was all right.
Oh, you did really fucking well. And
Yeah.
everyone was doing new bits too. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's in that point where we're touring, but while you're touring, you're working out your next tour.
Yeah.
Because I think I did one old bit, and it's probably the best old bit, but I just do that to open, just to be like, let's start off well with this bit, and then the rest of it was new.
Yeah. No, they were a great comedy crowd.
Yeah,
Like. They were,
it's relieving though, isn't it? Because when you're going up with material you don't know works, and you're like, well, I'm doing 30 of it, so
yes, may fucking like it.
yeah,
Yeah, man,
and then
like
it comes away working. You're like, right, at least I know. Did you just break a light? What happened there? Did you kick a wee light out? Technical difficulties. Please stand by. But when you're doing a new set and then you come away with it, you're like, right, at least a workable 25 to 30 here now. There we go. Thank you, Sean. What happened there?
I don't know. I think the light or the lead was pulled on it.
Just got pulled.
Somebody was pulling the lead.
Pulling the wire themselves.
Somebody was pulling their wire.
But yeah, Lavery's was fucking fantastic. And now I can't remember when my next gig is, but I can't wait to be on fucking stage again. Try out more new stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the Empire on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, not the TV show recording, just on.
No, just
You know,
on.
with Johnny Condon?
Johnny's fucking.
That's why I want to get down to see it. I haven't seen Johnny
Oh,
Condon.
fuck me. Like, genuinely, it has been smoking since it came back. Like, the Empire, there hasn't been a bad night in it.
Yeah.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
But his night, me, him, and Woodsy were on one night, and fuck me. Like, it,
Everyone murder or?
holy fuck. Like, it was just like smoke. Like,
Yeah.
That was the first time I've seen him. Because the way you see people on posters and you hear the name and you never really, you haven't seen them yet, or you haven't gigged with them, and you're sort of going, who is this cunt?
Yeah.
And then you see him and you're like, hardy, I not know who you are.
Do you know what comedy's like too? You could have seen someone 8 years ago and they did shite.
Totally different.
And
yeah.
but you still think,
They're shite.
I saw him 8 years ago, he's shite.
There's a lot of people that are shite.
Yeah. But you see them regularly be shite.
Yes.
I mean, someone who may have just been starting.
Yeah.
Or they had a bad one when you saw them.
Yeah.
But it does not leave your
Well,
mind.
no, I'd never seen him before. And
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck. And he was fucking brilliant. So
I remember
really
because
looking
you were
forward.
singing his praises last time, so I'll need to get down to watch it.
yeah.
I was down last week as well. They're doing the TV recording.
I don't watch much comedy.
Yeah.
And it's terrible that I've lost that.
I understand why.
I don't like, and I can't watch it on TV. I like live comedy. I love going and seeing all you guys, and I'm watching all you and going to see the local acts and stuff. I think part of that's because, like, Shane the other week asked me to go and do 10 minutes before him in the
Opera House.
and I was sitting at the side of the stage, and he was on, and I had just been on, and I had one of them moments where I went to myself, how fucking mental. Me and him used to gig to like 5 people in the fucking pavilion.
Yeah.
You know, my second ever gig was Shane was on the bill. It was a competition.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I was going, fuck me, how far have we all came? Like,
Yeah.
do you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because it has jumped up such a level. It's weird how quickly that became
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah. And everybody, like, I have just a typical phone call that I had last week was an agent of a big act that's playing here,
Yeah.
and his act isn't selling too many tickets.
I know who this is.
And he was just like, what the fuck is he doing wrong? Or what does he need to do within your fucking jurisdiction to
Gig for the rap.
do what you're doing? Because he obviously was talking to the Waterfront, and he was going, what's the crack? And they've came back with numbers for my shows and other ones, and he sort of went, fuck, what's he doing different or something? And I sort of says, well, it is my hometown in a sense too. Mm-hmm. But at the same sense, he was sort of going, fuck me, the comedy's flying, but not for my act.
Yeah, but I would say it's not for outside acts, but
There's outside
acts they really fucking. I'd say now's never been a busier time.
Jamon always sells out here.
But he's from here. I know he moved to Australia, but he is.
Sarah Milligan, she's coming. It's not everybody's cup of tea. She's sold.
Yeah, CK's coming here. Chris DiStefano sold out his. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen.
I don't know who that is.
He's an American comedian, which I know you don't watch, but he is fairly big. But I've never
Is he
seen.
white?
Yeah,
When's he coming?
I'm fairly certain it's either this weekend or next.
Where's he gigging?
Limelight.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Limelight 1?
I think so. It's the weirdest thing. Like CK's doing Limelight, and I know you're not meant to like CK, and blah blah blah. You know, wanking's bad and all that.
He's only playing the Limelight.
Doing Limelight.
C.K. Lewis is.
Louis C.K. Not C.S. Lewis, no. C.S. Lewis doing Limelight. I'd go to that.
Louis C.K., the one that was wanking the American.
Louis C.K.
He's doing the Limelight.
He's doing Limelight.
Has he been down that much that he's doing small venues?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, well, wait. In America, he was doing Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I know that.
No, he still doing Madison Square. Just internationally, he's went down.
Right, okay.
Which he's doing 3 Limelights. And I'm there like, fuck, I've done this. Like,
Fuck, I don't fail him.
yeah, that's the weird thing.
Yeah. I've actually never watched him doing stand. I've seen him acting, but I've never watched him.
Never seen his stand up. It's brilliant. Like,
Is it?
Like, in my opinion,
Has he sold them all out?
I don't think so. I don't know. But in my opinion, his personal stuff aside, because I know we'll get shit on this because everyone does every time he's mentioned, his stand up is, to me, the best ever. In my
Like
opinion.
Michael Jackson touches kids, but fuck me.
The content's
Fuck
fantastic.
me, Billie Jean. Like, you know what I mean?
And I'm just back from seeing Dave Chappelle in London.
Right.
Depressing,
London?
like. Oh, sorry, Dublin.
I was gonna say
The London of Ireland. But
London, Dublin, fucking
Yeah.
they just can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves. London, Dublin, it's called. It's
Dublin.
not.
I must have been class.
depressing because he's so good.
Yeah, you're just like,
That you're,
fuck.
it's like you're in a band and you must feel, good. We have some songs we play, and then you'll go see fucking Metallica or something,
Tones.
and you're like, fuck off.
You're like, I'll never get there.
Yeah. You come home from the Woodfields like, we need raw songs,
songs.
but you're going to see, you come away from a really good gig being like, well, we'll never be that fucking
Yeah.
good. That's just different gravy, like. Do you know what I mean? He was fucking insane. I know you don't really watch American comedy at all. Fucking, so I don't watch British really.
I don't watch. If I go to stick on a comedian, it's normally off after 10 minutes. Not because they're shit,
No,
just because I don't enjoy it.
I can take a 10-minute set from someone, unless I'm having a bath. Then I'll stick on like an hour.
I'm analysing it. You're looking at it and you're going,
See, this is it.
stop it. It's something like you can't throw yourself into
Yeah.
it anymore. But live,
I don't watch it. I never watch stand up like specials.
Kevin Hart fucking live was fucking top notch.
Yeah,
I wouldn't watch him on Netflix.
no.
Do you know what I mean?
There's even when people are like, oh, I watch stand up on TV. I've never been to see it live.
No,
Once you go
need to
live,
you'll not.
TV stand up is dog shit.
Yeah, it is.
And I say this having done
It's
TV.
like watching football too. You'll see something different watching it live than you will think. It's
Yeah.
the experience.
Yeah.
I think it's a whole experience.
That's when
But
people are like, oh, I've only ever seen it on TV. You're like, you're
Missing
missing.
out.
You're watching a blockbuster movie.
you
on
go
your
on to
phone
anybody
when you're
that
seeing stand-up
has
on TV.
been to Lavery's or the Empire or one of the live. Like look at that in Glasgow. That live show we done in
That
Glasgow.
was phenomenal.
It's fucking. Even we fucking felt it.
We came up being like, we've
We
never
were
been
like,
that funny
holy
for 2
fuck,
hours straight.
like that was fucking something else. But
Yeah.
it was the audience as well. So
Yeah.
it's the whole package of it. It's
Yeah.
It's the.
It's also, you're going to get, like, I know we're pretty rough on this. We are somewhat restrained, believe it or not, on this podcast. When you go see shit live.
No, it's-
And you see someone who's never been to it live and they're sitting there like, holy fuck, people can say things like that.
Yeah.
So, it's not like we're fucking being mental.
No.
But you just get away with more.
Yeah, because it's not recorded.
Yeah, because once do you know what I mean?
Hopefully not.
Because you're in the moment just going, I'll say it, fuck it. Like, yeah. Although when it's on TV and stuff, it's to go through 5 fucking channels of people.
Yeah.
Who are like, I don't know if you can use that word. And you're like, that's not an offensive word. And they're like, yeah, but someone might take that offensively.
No, but anything live's always better. Like
100%. 100%.
And also, like, typically when you're watching them specials, it's like in big arenas. It's not like a special in like a wee comedy club.
I went to, like, I saw Chappelle in the 3.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best arena to watch stand up in because the way it's set,
yeah.
there's no bad seat.
Yeah.
You'll see everything.
Yeah.
The Odyssey is, I've been to gigs in
fucked
Odyssey.
up, yep.
Because it's an ice hockey arena.
But even the Waterfront's a great venue and stuff like that. But there is seats.
There's seats that's not amazing, yeah. But the 3 is just, it's like a perfect semicircle, like a protractor almost in the layout.
Yeah.
So even if you're in the fucking corner, you can still see amazingly.
I still say, like, a room like Lavery's a small room, you know, with that crowd in it, it's hard to fucking beat.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm buzzing the CCK. Like, I saw CCK in the 3. I'm going to see him in a 400-seater.
Yeah.
Which is the best room to see anyone.
Unreal, yeah.
400's the perfect amount for me.
Yeah.
Because it's enough to be like, fuck, there's a lot of people here.
Them rooms in the Limelight, like, that room, it's flowing, like, it's fucking nuts.
And since Lavery's has got that new layout too,
Yeah.
it's fucking brilliant. It has been fucking amazing every time. It's great. See, for about 2 years now, I've been going, when's the momentum gonna stop? Like, it's been freaking me out, but everyone just keeps, like, almost the more things are happening, the harder everyone's working. Now, is everyone slightly losing their minds a little bit? A little bit. Everyone's getting a little bit tired. Not tired of doing comedy, but a little bit, like, fucking, whoa, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But everyone's fucking rising to it, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I saw Kieran did The Empire last Tuesday. Fucking by his new half hours, fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. And he's keeping to his time. Being a good wee boy, he's keeping his time. He's fucking outstanding. Yeah.
I think before you sort of have that audience that's behind you and watching you and coming to see you, you'll fucking not really give a fuck in a sense. But then when you
See, I think it's different.
I think
The pressure gets to me more.
yeah.
I feel like, oh, they like me, they expect good.
No, but that's what I mean. You become more. You stick to your times. And
Yes,
you
yes.
polish things up, and you're a wee bit more. You know, that way.
Yeah, because I went to see Stanhope on Sunday, Doug Stanhope, an American comedian, and he's famous for being like just a fucking train wreck. And I hated it because
It was a train wreck.
it was 50 quid in, and he was like looking at notes and starting bits and not finishing them, being like, oh, that's going in the tour, that's not in the tour. And I'm like, I don't mind that if it's 20, 25 in. That's work in progress prices for a big comedian. 50 quid in. Be fucking ready. You know, have the show. Maybe be a little bit fucking train wrecky with it, but have the show. And I had to stand the whole time, which was fucking annoying as well.
That's why I didn't like it.
My wee legs were sore. Best part about it, though, is the crowd Stanhope attracts are mental. And I was sat beside a guy who wore a beanie.
Imagine a comedian like that.
No. You think you get mental? Stanhope has been like tailor-made for fucking lunatics.
Right.
So this guy was sitting beside was wearing a beanie hat, a trench coat, and fingerless gloves. And he wasn't laughing. He would just go, anytime he made a joke, he'd go, yes! Yes! And then he would take notes on something. I remember looking at that guy and just being like, imagine that being your fan base. Like, that would be mental. And then when Stanhope left, the guy just turned around to me and went, by the way, I love your podcast. And then walked on. I was like, fuck, that's what we get, is it? School shooters? That's unreal. That's what we're getting.
I sat beside somebody at his fila who was ordering a Chinese during his set.
At his fella?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you might have been sitting next to me.
No, like, I was filming, and I was, like, trying to be behind a pillar but still have, like, a shot of, like, the thing, because I had a rifle.
Yeah.
Obviously. But there was a person just, like, sitting right there, and he answered, he rung someone first, and he was talking about being at the show, then was on the phone to him for, like, 30 seconds, right, bye, and everybody's looking at him. He hangs up the phone, and he went, and started ringing, and then started ordering a fucking Chinese. And he's going, "That's for Miguel, yes, honey chili chicken." And I was like, "You're not fucking serious."
Because everyone's giving the dirty look,
Yeah.
like, mate, will you fuck up?
There was a fight, like, at the first night, I think it was.
Did you ever find out what happened about that? Because I remember you telling me.
I did. Somebody said something like it was two girls were like talking through the jokes after they were done or something.
Oh, going like, that's our Kevin, he knows that there and all. He has bollocks and all, and he shaves them. Manscaped, Mudblood.
And somebody grabbed her or something. That's as far as I know, like.
Oh, and that, yeah. Do you know what? See, sometimes when people are like, oh, if I get started because someone was talking through the show, and I'm like, good. Let that police itself, because don't talk through fucking shows.
Yeah.
I remember after our live podcast, there's a girl like fucking baiting people in the toilets. It was a girl who was talking through the entire thing, and someone turned around and went, will you shut the fuck up? We're trying to watch the show. And she went, why would I come to a comedy show and not talk, for fuck's sake? Bet yous are all fucking Huns. And then apparently was scrapping someone in the toilets. And then when we left, I saw her across the road from Lila just pissing in the street. Ulster Hall, Mudblood Live, come see it. Come see people piss in the street.
At least she didn't piss.
It's funny when you hear their stories and you're like, those are my people. That's what we bring.
Mental. Fucking mental.
You attract 90% lovely people, 10% out on day release lunatics.
Do you know, somebody stopped me and was talking to me. They were talking nonsense, and then they started talking a lot of sense. Do you know where they were like talking nonsense because they didn't believe it was me they were talking to?
Yes.
And then they caught themselves on, so they were talking pure nonsense because fuck, I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
And then they started saying stuff, and it made a hell of a lot of sense.
Like what?
Well, what they were saying to me was, like, what you have to understand is when you tell your stories, we can relate to you because we're all fucking animals.
Yeah.
You know, like what he was saying to me was, like, I come from a fucking real mad fucking family and a mad estate. He says, so there's an element of you wanting to escape that. He says, and then when I met my wife, she was a half-decent girl, she was from a quiet neighbourhood, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, so when I was with her, it wasn't until I brought her into my environment that she was like, in the name of good fuck, this isn't normal. And he was like, no, this.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't seem normal to you, but it was normal to me growing up. So now he has a quiet life. Whenever he goes back to parties in the house and fucking the way his brother lives and his sister lives and fucking...
It's lunatics.
He can see how much madness it is. So what he said to me was, my brother and sister and me all love you. He says, now I live a normal life now. He says, so I sort of go fucking mad, like, but he says, I know that you're sort of quiet now and stuff. He says, but you can't believe how many people can actually relate to you because your stuff is relatable. Yeah. Like, it's...
I'd say you have two elements, right, that work as the relatable aspect for people who are animals and have lived. Like, you remind me of, like, my side of, like, my dad's side of family, who fucking love you, and they're all fucking mental. Bless them, I love you. All mental, right? But you also get the people who haven't been around that.
And they love
and they're just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get both elements of that.
So then when they mix together, that's the ones that's not talking at your show with the ones that's going, yeah. Because they think, like, this is fucking mad PADDY, man, the fuck.
Yeah, because I always get the side people being like, fucking, you're a wee posh boy, or like, you're a wee fruit. And I'm like, no, I'm the quiet, like, meet my family, you've met them.
Yeah.
I am the quiet one.
So this guy was sort of saying to me, sometimes you'll meet people and they'll say things about other comedians and you're going, listen, that's my mate. Do you know what I mean?
All the time.
And you're like, that's my mate. And he's like, no, what I'm saying, this guy was doing something like that, and he was like saying, like, I can't relate to fucking such and such or such and such or such and such, but you can't. No, it wasn't.
No, I'm only joking.
Actually, wasn't.
No, I'm only joking.
And he's like, so everybody shares that and shares this and shares that and shows this and shows that. And I was like, I could never get into it. And he says, but then you came along and I was able to get into something. He says, but my wife is just like, that's crazy, that's crazy. And he says, but she enjoys your stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, so...
And this thing, once
comedy's like that,
it takes them to get into one, then they'll come to a Lavery's and they'll see stuff live, and they end up getting into everybody because they're like, oh fuck everyone, or they'll get into other people too.
No, 100%.
And that's how people became fans of it all.
That's why we're successful here.
Yeah.
Because the crossover, but everyone has their own thing.
Yeah. And it's not like some scenes where one person blows and he's like head and shoulders quality wise above every other act.
There's nobody.
Everyone here was
killing their own night.
Everyone here was slogging for fucking near 10 years. It was almost, it's better to do it that way, because then when you do blow, it's like, oh, everyone is a standard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm one of the lower down ones, and I still rate myself fucking well, and there's still about 5 or 6 way better than me, like. Do you know what I mean? Because the scene here is so fucking good.
But I think everybody in their own right can kill in their own... do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's me and Kieran were talking about it. It's a healthy competition. I want everyone to do well, but I still want to do the best.
I was saying that years ago. I was going, like, see if we all go together. And I think that the likes of Lavery's helped it a fair bit because...
It wasn't fighting for spots.
Colin set up Lavery's, and without Colin, it wouldn't have been what it is.
Yeah.
Because he was the big... I remember being with Colin, going to gigs in Oma, Derry, people stopping and walking down the street. Nobody knew who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
So he set up Lavery's. They were coming to see him.
Yeah.
But he was giving us all the platform.
Yeah.
And then we were all coming. And so, like, Colin used to say to me, people, like, I would have done a gig in Lavery's and people would have been, he would have sent me a message and went, fuck me, look at these messages I'm getting the next day. Like, who the fuck was that guy?
Yeah.
Fucking blah, blah, blah. That's my point.
Yeah.
You know, so we were all, and then obviously the podcast and the pandemic and everybody knows how the end of it.
Do you ever miss, like, not miss the gigs themselves, but when you're doing a random fucking mental night and it's a shit show, but you're coming away going, what the fuck was that? There's a story in those. Because we don't really get them as much anymore.
See, because you don't just, I would have, like, somebody would have phoned me up and says, here, we're going to have a fucking, a gig for the darts team in a mobile shop in Poglass. And I was like, yep, what time?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I've done those with you. I do support for them.
It was like, yeah. Whereas now it's like, no.
Yeah. And then when you say no, they're like, fucking too big, are you? And you're like, I'm busy.
But it's not even that there. It's even, all the stuff goes to fucking Shane and Joe and all now. So there's there's stuff they don't even tell me about. There's stuff they look at and just go, nah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can imagine, because I get some wild ones. But I can imagine what you fucking get.
Yeah.
Do you still get people who, like, you know, don't fully appreciate, like, the level? You know, like, no people go, like, go up to you and go, here, I think I could get you a turn maybe doing our Kieran's 40th or something.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, right? A fella I know has got me to do something for him, and he was going, like if you do this, like, you'll get your name out there. I done it for him, but at the same sense,
your name's out there, so
I don't really need.
Can you say what it was?
It's a radio ad.
Right.
So he was like, if you do this video ad for me, like, it's getting you out too. But I done it for him because, you know, I went to myself, what is it going to take? Like, I'll go down to fucking the radio station and it'll take fucking 10 minutes to record. I'll do it for him for the crack, you know what I mean? So I done it, but he was like on the angle, like it'll get you out too, you know, it helps you. And I'm sort of going, don't really need it. But I'll do it.
Money in it, but here,
I'll do it.
I love when people do it.
No, there was no money in it. Now, he's offered me stuff in the shop or whatever. That's the end of there. I didn't want money for it. That wasn't the point. The fella asked me to do it, and I went, I'll do it. Sometimes somebody asks you to do it, and you'll do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But the ones I like is like, there's a girl stopped me arguing on these, and I went, here you, dickhead, come here the fuck. And I was like, do I know her doing that? No, her. It was one of them ones, I can forget people. Yeah. And I went, and maybe what? So I actually stopped. If I had knew what she was pulling me about, she was like, I tried to book you for Mickey's fucking 40th up in the fucking house and fucking phoned your agent. Fuck me. A fucking mortgage fucking wouldn't pay for you. And I was like, what? And here she was, like, a mortgage couldn't pay you to fucking go up and do that? And I says,
not where you're from, cunt. Like,
well, no, because, like, it was fucking where she lived, probably is fucking dear, like, for a mortgage, but it wasn't the fact. It was like, I was like, I didn't even know about it. And she was like, oh, well, your fucking agent was sort of saying to me, like, you're fucking, how long do you want to do? And I was like, 2 hours. And he was like, he wouldn't do 2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours. And he was like the max he would have her is fucking half an hour. Like, and she was like, what? Half an hour? Is that it? Like, and he's like, well, even if he's doing a show on the waterfront, like, it'd be an hour, you know? And she was like, well, much is an hour? And he was like, I don't even want to give you the price because, and then he told her the price and she's like, yeah, fucking weighing me up, I fucking can't, fucking that price, or fucking that. And he's like, but if we book him for a gig that night, he can't do it because he's doing your house.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's his living, like.
he could be paying. He could be in a theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Earning 4 times what we've just quoted you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's like, bollocks. I fucking give him 80 quid and he'd be well fucking paid. You know what I mean?
I had someone offer me, I was like, could you do an hour for, it was like a flute band or whatever? And I was like, I mean, how much are you looking? And they're like, well, I think I can give you 70. I was like, fuck off. I'm not getting out of bed for that. 70 quid?
70 quid.
Fuck off. For an hour?
Well, you used to walk with him for nothing.
I know. Walk with them, I'm fucking in them. I watched that back, by the way. I said what I said. I was right.
Lies.
No, it's not, because I watched it back.
Lies.
And I had other people messaging me being like, no, because I was with you there, like at the thing. They're like, we know you were walking with him. So I've had people messaging me separately. So
You're going down the wrong path for me now. Don't
I'm going down the right path.
Don't.
No, because I know
Don't.
you get lunatics stopping
Don't.
you. Lunatics stop
Listen,
me also.
you said you were in a fucking flute band. Yep, you said it in Shane's show as well. So we'll have actually clips from our show and we'll have
Bring
stuff
them
from Shane's.
to me. You're talking about it. Bring them to me. Know what I love? People. I got a message as well looking to book me for something. As my agent was like, this guy's looking to book you. You want to talk to him directly? And I went, okay, no worries. And I realised my agent did that because he went, this guy's fucking mental. So I get this email, 3 a.m, all caps.
Shouting at you.
Do you want to do a wee gig here? We'll throw you a bit of coin. And I was like, how long you looking at me to do? What's the structure? And just a bit of stand-up, no, mate. We'll just throw you some money. And I just left it. I was like, I don't want to do it.
Somebody came up to me in the Harp Bar the other week. Like, as we were packing up, it's like going on 1 o'clock. And they're like, here, do you want to go up in a taxi up to my house? We're up in Mollusker. And you play out. I have a wee fucking man shed out the back. You can play up there for a couple of hours. We just went for like 50 quid or something. Fuck's sake.
I love it.
And you're like, what makes you think? This is me finishing work. Why do you think I want to fucking go up and play your shit?
Unless they're giving you fucking dough, like.
Yeah.
I do love it. People don't really, like, and it's hard not to come across sounding cunty, but if someone was a joiner, would you want them to do it for 70 quid? Do you know what I mean? Like, you pay, you get
Even
for
when
what
I
you
was
pay
a
for.
joiner, people was like, what do you mean 130 quid a fucking day?
yeah.
And you're like, I've $7 with tools in that van.
Yeah.
And that needs insured and taxed and fucking done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck, I'll get somebody to do it for 30 quid. And I go, right, I'll await your phone call to fix the fucking problem.
30 quid job you're fucking getting.
Yes.
Yeah, but then you
And
phone
then
back,
the
it's going to be
phone up with,
180.
Here, your man came out and took a lock out of the door and then didn't come back. Oh, I know why, because he was getting 30 quid and he fucking realised he can't fucking do it, the stupid cunt. That's why.
Have you ever had, I'm sure you fucking had, someone just flat out, you do the work and then at the end not pay you?
Yes.
Yeah. Any stories you can legally tell? And
No.
No, that's what I was thinking. I could see in your eyes you were working, like you had a story and you're like, nah, that doesn't end well.
I have been done for big money, like.
I remember, actually, now I've said that,
Yeah.
you did tell me a story
Yeah.
about that, yeah.
They really, like, put my lights out near enough.
I remember that. That was near Christmas time for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Aye, that's the story I was thinking of. And that's when that
30
happens.
grand of money, like.
That's right.
It's not even, like, wee money. It's
No.
like, and what it done was it meant that, like, it across the board, everybody get fucked over. Do you know what I mean?
Because you'd employees underneath you,
I
didn't you?
had to go to a credit union to get money out to pay for glass, like.
Fuck. When that happens, you
Because
know,
I didn't not pay the glazer.
Yeah.
He had ordered the glass, like the glass was all. I ended up fucking the glass in the fucking skip.
fuck. And when that happens, what is the course of action, right, for someone who's not of the physical labour life?
I mean, it's my trade. The building trade is like the dark ages in a sense. People go, fuck, I get took on. Yes, there is contract there. Come on, don't pay somebody up front for the whole job. But when somebody gives you a schedule of money that you need to pay, there's a reason why. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in this, when the job was started, and then this guy just got the thing where he was like, no, I'm not paying anymore. And I was like, well, if you don't give me any more money, I can't continue with the work.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, how do I know? And I was like, I'll send you pictures of all the fucking product. Everything's there, but I need your money to finish the job. And he was just like, I'm not giving you no more money. And I'm seeking legal advice. And I was like, fuck. And at that stage, I didn't even have enough money to pay my fucking bills. Never mind go to a solicitor, and this cunt was a multi-millionaire. And he just...
That's why he is.
Yeah.
Because he's
just fucked.
a cunt.
Yeah, he had just fucking done up a paddock and bought 2 horses from Belgium for £1 million. But yet was holding back $6,000.
For fucking windows, like.
And it was like $6,000 was the next payment. Where the schedule, he was 6 weeks behind the payment schedule. But I was sort of going, he'll pay it, it's alright. As long as we've enough just to keep us going. Which meant that I brought production further than it should have been brought. But I was sort of like a fisherman going, look, he's on the fucking hook, it's okay. And then, bump, he pulled the plug. And then I didn't have the money to fight him in court or take him to court. And then I'm sort of going to myself, this is a wealthy man. Probably is in a country club with the judges. And then I'm going to try and go in, the judge is going to fuck me over. So I had to just leave it.
That's fucking
But like tools and all had to get sold. And then people had fallouts over it. And
as obviously as ever is with money involved, like, people go fucking mental. That's insane, like.
yeah. But I've got a couple of people back that's fucking done stuff like that on me, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there was like a girl one time that added an ensuite on till her love conversion that wasn't in the original plan, and I says, look, it's going to be extra money, and she was like, don't worry about it, and I thought everything was sound. Then we got to the end, she was like, nah, it was in, and I was like, nah, it wasn't, like, it was...
What you mean it was in?
Like, yeah, I know that was included in the price, and you were going, no, it wasn't, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, and, I fucking went over to see her with a friend of my dad's, and he was friends with her.
Jerry Kelly.
That sounded wrong. It
really did, yeah.
But what actually happened was my dad's friend that got me the job, and he knew her. He worked with her in like a fucking organisation or something. And I went over to her house, and she just basically like went, no. And I went, you know for a fact, there's the text messages. And she was like, I'm not paying it. And I was like, I can't believe she's going to fucking stroke me, like. So it was like 1,200 quid. And I got home and I was fucking raging, and I was sitting going to myself, is there a fucking God or anything? Like, how do people do that? Like, she's sitting in her house, she knows she's done me for... I wouldn't be able to fucking...
I couldn't...
It would do my head in, do you know what I mean? Doing so.
Because I got struck out of $3,000 before out of a friend of mine, and I got it back in the end. But that, it makes you... It shakes your faith in people, doesn't it? It makes you go... Fuck, maybe everyone isn't nice as I would be.
I know a guy and his best mate stole his dad's life savings. I think it was like 50 grand was in the house, and it was his dad's retirement. For whatever reason, the money was there anyway, but the man and dad were away, and his best mate went in and found the money, and stole it, and fucked off to England.
Fuck. And that's...
How could you do that? Like, I know it's one of them ones with stuff sitting in front of you, and you're tempted, and you look at it, and you'd be like, fuck, I've never seen money like that before, or something like that. But what makes you go, fuck my friendship and fuck his family? And I think his dad took sick and all once he found out that the money was gone and all. It was fucking the man's pension.
Aye, and he saved up all his fucking life, like.
And it was just like, that is...
Did he ever find his mate?
I don't think so.
Fuck.
I think they knew where he went, sort of thing, but I don't
like,
know. I don't know any more of the story. It was like I was friends with his cousin, so that's how I knew so much of it. And I just remember like sitting going to myself, how the fuck could you do that?
Yeah.
Like, how could you do that to somebody?
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I mean, that time, the money and the whole thing, there was a man got me glass, and I owed him fucking like 1,500 quid. I personally went and got the credit union and paid him.
Yeah.
I paid that money off.
Yeah. Even though you were already in debt.
Even though I was fucked.
Yeah.
So it was one of them ones where it's like, I can't do that.
And it starts to make you be like, should I be more of a cunt then? If everyone's going to take me for a cunt?
Yeah.
Should I just be a fucking cunt?
I bought a taxi one time, and I bought a taxi off a guy, and it was like $2.5 grand, and I could only give him 1,800 quid or something because I was getting paid insurance money or something. And I said, I'll throw that other money up. And I genuinely didn't have the money. I was struggling like fuck and didn't have the money. And it was coming to Christmas, and I was like, I need to give this man money. Like, it's embarrassing. I haven't fucking given money in about a year. And I'm going,
fuck.
But I don't have it. You know, I was texting him and going, listen, I swore I'll throw it up. And then something happened, and I came in there a wee windfall of fucking, so it was a fucking 800 quid or something. And I fucking bump up on a Christmas card, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, and it was at the stage where I was going, I feel so bad. Like, you were driving past where he lived, and you were going, fuck, pay all that more money and I don't even have it.
Yeah.
And you were going, I can't see the wood through the trees here.
Yeah. And I have this, because that happened to me, I have this thing of I get embarrassed. See if someone buys me dinner and I haven't repaid them in some form in like a week. I
bought
freak
you
the
a
fuck out.
burger in Edinburgh. You never got me one back.
Have we not went for dinner since? No. Well, I'll get dinner next time. Now, I actually feel bad about that. Yeah. I do feel bad. I definitely bought drinks when we were in Edinburgh, though. No. In Glasgow, I did? No. Oh, I did. I know I did.
Stingy cunt.
Yes.
Fuck, no, don't. I'll feel so bad.
I
am not a stingy. I'm many things a stingy cunt.
I have a list of all the things. Like, I bought him a curly whirly one time and he never.
Did you? Because I don't like curly whirly, so I know you didn't.
And I had it, but I bought it for you.
No, because I bought the Burger King in the Edinburgh airport. And this is how I know, because me and you sat there going, this is the worst Burger King I ever fucking had. And then we came on
we
here.
ended up in the news.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's mental how that made the news.
I forgot. No, do you think it was mental? That Burger King was so atrocious, it deserved to be on the news.
Do you think that if it was now, that would have made the news?
What do you mean, like
Well, the Queen thing happening, like there's nothing else in the news. Like it's just all about the Queen. Look at you see the Edinburgh news. The Queen has her body. Oh, breaking news! Paddy McDonald's had a bad burger at the Burger King in Edinburgh Airport. You're going,
I go Jamaica at the end there.
How the fuck did that make the news?
Yeah, the best tweet I saw was someone on Twitter said the BBC should just be called Morn Hub.
Yeah, it's like Charles isn't the only king having a rough week this week.
Yeah.
And it shows you like the Burger King.
It was fucking, I'm thinking about that, it was fucking stale bop, the cheese wasn't melted, the burger was cold, and I was dying too, like I was so tired.
We needed a good burger.
I needed something like, because I was trying to sleep in the bus and he was like poking my head and all.
It was the grimmest.
Even the Coke, like the Coca-Cola, we weren't sniffing and being like, these burgers are shit. But the Coca-Cola was stinking. It was like water.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Burger King, Edinburgh Airport.
But see out there, like, no people getting you something, no, like, buying you a coffee. No, and you're going like, no, I'll just get it. And they're like, no, fuck's sake, fuck.
Aye.
I had the biggest nightmare.
That happened to me the other week in Funky Monkeys.
Well,
there's a girl that knows you from work and she was over
Naomi, she told me about this.
And I fucking went up to get a banana and they charged her for the banana. But you don't have, you physically don't have cash. And I know for a fact that in her head she was going, I just paid £1 for one banana. Like, I know Sainsbury's is down below. I could have went down and got a bunch of them.
She didn't strap you a banana, like?
No. The girl that works with Sean, right? She was already at the till, and the girl says, what are you waiting on? And the coffee was fucked up, so they were fucking up the order. So they were going to her, try that coffee, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, pay for it. And the girl says to me, what are you waiting on? I says, I just want a banana. So my wee girl had took a banana and opened it and had it, right?
Which one was it?
And I was like, how much is that? And the wee girl says, £1. And I went, fuck, I don't even have £1. And I wanted to take my card out, and she went, no, I've already charged her for it. I was like,
oh.
And I was like, how? And I can't leave two kids to run out and get money. And I was like, fuck.
That's going to be going around. Fucking Paddy Big Balls. He's doing the waterfront. Won't even buy his own fucking bananas.
I saw her working. No, she had said to me. But she met you like a couple of weeks ago as well. And the encounter was, Planet just went up there. Had never met this woman before.
That's your wee young one, isn't it?
No, the 4-year-old.
4-year-old.
And just went... My daddy says he's going to die one day.
No, she says, my daddy's going to die. My mum and daddy will die. And she's like, right, okay.
What's your, like, you know, you've your kid. What's the mad, like, as I know the young ones do just come out with fucking mad shit all the time. And they also don't cover their mouth when they cough. That's one thing kids do.
Right in your face.
Daddy. What's your favourite, like, your kids just turn around and saying something, you were just stood there like, what the fuck?
Probably the maddest thing ever was when Patrick was only a kid, and we were in the Untitled Leisure Centre, and everybody just got showered beside each other. Then it wasn't the family fucking changing village.
It's the changing village.
Yeah. And so there was just like 5 showers, so everybody standing. So you have all these fucking men that's brought their kids to fucking things. So I was standing with Patrick, and I get them showered, and your man's wee kid says to his daddy, "Daddy, you don't have a sword in your Willy." And Padraig turned around and looked at his daddy and turned back to me and went, Daddy, his Willy doesn't have skin over the top of it. And I was like, I thought his kid was bad saying
You don't have a sword on yours?
whereas he obviously circumcised, you know. So your mom was sort of looking at me and I was looking at him, and we turned away and I was like, right, turn away, and I was washing Padraig's hair, and Padraig went, his Willy's tiny. And I was like, you really need to be quiet. But it's really tiny, Daddy. That man's Willy's really tiny. And I was like, please stop. And then
A man's crying.
we
just
had
beside Padraig.
we had shampoo, and we were like, I was just like, right, and I'm pulling it down. Shampoo was still all over us, and Padraig was like, his Willy is tiny. I was just like, oh my god, this is like fucking really embarrassing.
Do you know what's must have hurt him? Because kids can't lie when they're that young. They're not being nefarious. They're not being like, I'm going to fuck with this guy and say, is he small dick? They'll just see things and go, there's a fat woman. That guy has no legs. So the dude must have just
And then
been
another fella
no dick.
we know came into a lot of money, and we were going to a football match, and he was sitting there. Padraig says to him one day, your face is dead shiny and puffed. And he had got Botox, and I didn't know, whereas the other ones did. I hadn't noticed it. It was genuinely just, I think when you're chasing kids, you don't really notice it. Padraig says to him, your face is really shiny and bright and puffy. And everybody bust out laughing. And he was just like, he didn't know what to say. And then he said to somebody else before, but he is all when he was a kid, your teeth's funny and you've bad breath.
I remember one of my, I think it was my nephew when he was young, just turned around to me one time, just going, you're really ugly, and then just walked off. I was like, fuck. Wrecks your day.
My
Like,
kids all the time, the youngest ones always go, Daddy, wave your big belly, wave your big belly. And they'll slap up.
but that's, you can't even get angry at them because they're not
I have a
being,
big belly.
yeah, they're not being nasty. They're just going, I see something, I'm going to say it out loud.
Yeah,
Slap it.
yeah.
Is, Blana's not the one that fights, is it? That's the youngest one. What's her name again?
Korea.
Kriya.
Fuck me.
Still mental.
Mental.
I love that so much.
I was just talking about, like I said to Andrew, when she goes to nursery school, you just know, like, whereas all the other kids would come home and be like, such and such slapped me, and it'll be the school ringing up and going, Korea's knocked the fuck out of 3 kids.
And the teacher.
It's like, literally, if somebody does something on her, she'll just crack them. It doesn't matter what size somebody is, or I have never came across that, because the other 3 was always like getting bullied and stuff like that, where she's just like, let's go.
On the fuck.
Like proper mowing the fuck. Like she is mowing the fuck. She should have that tattooed on her arm. Mowing the fuck. Never came
And I wonder, because this will surprise you, that was me as a kid. Well, will she?
can't.
Well, no, but will she get older and like chill out? Or
Probably.
be full more.
Well, that's what we says. Is she going to be the one that's really chilled out, and
Yeah.
or what? I don't know.
I remember I actually got suspended and then expelled from D Street Nursery because if someone wouldn't be my mate,
Imagine getting expelled from D Street Nursery.
I fucking know. And me, of all people.
D Street.
Because if someone wouldn't be my friend, I'd start fucking chairs at their head. And I'm like, why do you not like me?
Must get that. You had to get that in the house.
Aye.
It's wee Willy with the steel chair.
Mate, genuinely.
Wrestling back in.
And because I grew up with fucking 3 brothers as well, all close in age,
I've been the politics.
you just knock the fuck out. You do just knock
3
the fuck
brothers.
out
That
of
would
each
you
other.
have?
That I lived with at the time, of more than that. 5 or 6. I lose count. I think of 5 or 6 brothers, 2 or 3 sisters.
Are you close to them still? Like
I'm close to my little sister who I live with.
your
And I
brothers?
speak to I'm still quite close to my brother who's next to me, my younger brother, and then my oldest brother, and my sister who's younger than me by a year. And those are the ones I know. I'm spoken to the other ones, not out of fucking maliciousness,
Yeah.
just you just don't. You know what I mean? It's like you don't speak to fucking your dad or whatever, and fucking other kids. You know what I mean? They're not in your life.
No,
That's not a fucking. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Have they seen any comedy and stuff like that?
They're not old enough. I think the youngest one's like 2, so they're not old enough to come see me.
Oh, you're.
Oh, the other ones?
Yes.
Yes, they come see me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Very good.
they they all hate the people know me, especially my one who's just going into uni and she's going to nightclubs and limelight and all. My fucking face is on posters. She hates it.
Hates it, having a big brother.
Because everyone just goes, "You're fucking Willy's brother, aren't you?" She's like,
She's
"No,
no longer not.
I'm Beth." And I'm like, nah, you're Willy's brother.
What age is she?
18. So she's just started going out.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant as well. 'Cause see, when I started going out, I'd be sitting hungover the next day, and she's like 13, being like,
Tortured you?
"No sympathy for you. You bring it on yourself." And then now she's sitting there, head in the hands.
Like, ha, ha.
I'm fucking holding her down and blasting music at her ear, being like, "You brought this on yourself." It's fucking
Hope
delicious.
the DLA don't know what you can do up your two hands.
She's not that strong.
What are we on there?
I have a Patreon episode to do, don't we? Aye. We'll cut here and then we'll do the wee Q&A.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you very much for everyone for tuning in for episode 69. Weirdly, the least sex has ever been discussed on this podcast.
Yeah.
Episode 69. Pat, have you ever been in crippling debt? Thank you very much for joining us. Head on over to the Patreon episode for the Q&A. Anything else to say? Thank you. Buy our tour tickets. Mudblood Live. See you later.
I feel electric.